Deep in your brain sits a structure the size of an almond. Its only job is to keep you alive. It accomplishes this by saying no to almost everything. The amygdala evolved millions of years before your rational mind existed. It does not think. It reacts. It scans constantly for threat. To this ancient sentinel, new equals dangerous. Unknown means potential death. Change represents risk that must be avoided. This served your ancestors well. The human who investigated every strange noise did not survive long enough to reproduce. Caution was selected for. But you inherited a system calibrated for savannas and predators. It now activates in traffic, in meetings, in conversations with your spouse. Your amygdala cannot distinguish between a lion and a difficult email. It sounds the same alarm. It triggers the same cascade of stress hormones. This is why change feels threatening even when you consciously want it. Your rational mind says yes while your ancient brain screams no. The no usually wins. It fires faster. It speaks louder. It has millions of years of practice. The Buddha observed this phenomenon 25 centuries ago. He taught about the two arrows of suffering. The first arrow is the event itself. Pain, loss, difficulty. This arrow is often unavoidable. Life includes hardship. The second arrow is your reaction to the first. The resistance, the story, the catastrophizing. This arrow you shoot into yourself. The amygdala fires the first response automatically. But the second arrow is optional. That elaboration of suffering can be set down. The Stoics developed their own technology for working with this system. They called it premeditatio malorum, negative visualization. Each morning, they contemplated what could go wrong. Not to create anxiety. To inoculate against it. To rob the future of its power to surprise. When you have already faced difficulty in imagination, the amygdala has less ammunition. The new becomes less new. The threat diminishes. This is the paradox every tradition discovered. Acceptance leads to change. Resistance maintains the status quo. When you fight your fear, you strengthen it. When you acknowledge it, you dissolve its grip. What you resist persists. Modern neuroscience has mapped the override switch for this ancient system. It runs through the vagus nerve connecting brain to body. When you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, you send safety signals that calm the amygdala. The threat response diminishes. Slow breathing activates this switch. Extended exhales tell your nervous system that danger has passed. The ancient brain stands down. Cold water on your face triggers the dive reflex, instantly shifting nervous system state. Humming and chanting stimulate the vagus directly. These are not tricks. They are biological interventions that create space between stimulus and response. In that space, freedom lives. But there is also a longer game. Your amygdala learns through repetition. Every time you avoid something, you teach it that thing was dangerous. Every time you approach what frightens you and survive, you teach it safety. The system updates through experience, not argument. This is why exposure works. Small doses of what you fear, repeated consistently, gradually retrain the ancient no into a tentative yes. Here is your daily practice. Identify one small thing you typically resist. Not your biggest fear. Something minor that triggers subtle avoidance. Approach it deliberately. Notice the internal no arise. Acknowledge it with something like "Thank you for trying to protect me." Then proceed anyway. Do this once daily with small stakes. You are not conquering fear. You are teaching your nervous system that new does not always mean danger. Over time, the threshold shifts. What triggered alarm becomes neutral. Your range of freedom expands. The ancient no loses its veto power. What would your life look like if the no system served you rather than imprisoned you? What becomes possible when ancient fear stops running the show? If you are ready for systematic nervous system training integrating mind, body and spirit, visit maaoot.org. The override switch is waiting for your hand.